Hey guys, Dave here from Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds, hanging out with some of my esteemed colleagues.
Ryan.
I'm Ted.
And today, yeah, you guys know what this is if you've been around for a while. This is our weekly news and digest where we go over what we did last week with Nerdarchy and the website, the YouTubes, all that good stuff. And if we have anything special coming up, this is where we tell you about it.
All right, so we always, we have our Nerdarchy.com and the YouTube channel. We always put that at the end. The other stuff we've got going on, as you guys have watched our videos before, I'm certain you know about our subreddit, How to Stay Nerdy. So all the links for everything we're talking about are going to be down below. You can go right to them. Coming up in April, just a few weeks away, we're going to be doing some gaming. So if you happen to be local to the South Jersey area, or you feel like traveling that far, you can game with us in two different places. There's going to be South Jersey Geek Fest as well as Philly Game Con. So the links are down there. You can go check it out and come game with us.
And with Philly Games Con too, which we can put the links to the individual games, but it's like you register to get priority to be in games, and some of those things fill fast, so you might want to do that in the next couple weeks.
So next thing, we got our GM 911. If you have any gaming questions, like more of a DM question, you have a problem
in your campaign specifically,
and you want Nerdarchy to totally field that question, you can submit that to us either at nerdarchy@gmail.com or put in the comments below. We bring up the question, the problem, and Nerdarchy gives you a couple different solutions of how to get through that, just in case your players happen to be watching as well. They don't know exactly what route.
A slew of options,
right? And if you stroll through the comments below of said video, you'll probably find like at least a half a dozen more solutions.
Yeah, always great discussion happening in the comments of the various videos too.
So next thing is a fellow YouTuber, friend of ours, DMG Info. He wound up having a glitch on his YouTube channel. He had like 10,000 subscribers.
2 years worth of work.
2 years worth of work, and it all went in the tank. He had to start all over again. So if you're a crafter, or you're interested in getting into dungeon creation, his stuff is spectacular. Go check out his channel. If you like it, hit subscribe and help the guy out.
Yeah, he makes really cool modular dungeon pieces. So if you want to have like a lavish set for your game set pieces, he's the guy to go to check that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he makes it easy. And now would be a good time to actually mention the fact that.
Oh, so I guested on a discussion at the Crafters Tavern, I believe it is called. They have this like live stream that the DMG Info. DM Scotty, and there's one other gentleman. AJ Pickett, that's right. So basically Scotty and I were representing this part of the pond, and then we had a guy who's originally from South Africa living in Australia, and another guy from New Zealand talking. It was great to hear accents. I kind of wanted to fake my own, or like man, that guy does a really great Australian accent, right? or Kiwi accent. But yeah, so it was on the Crafters Tavern, and there'll be a link to that. It was basically, we were talking about dungeon design in that video. So
very cool. So, next couple things, some people that we've made contact with, friends, however you want to phrase it out, have their Kickstarters going. Alex Lagunas, who's a published author for gaming books out there. He's got his Kickstarter.
Pathfinder, specifically Pathfinder.
Specifically Pathfinder. He's got Pact Magic Unbound. It's basically taking Pact Magic Volume 1 and Volume 2, sticking them together, adding a whole bunch more material, combining into one book.
That thing's got to be almost over, though. It's got to be close.
This will be the last week that it airs. I think it's got like 6 days left.
And it's already kicked. It's already funded.
Oh,
so
yeah, absolutely.
It's right now you're just looking at like what stretch goals can you get.
So also on Kickstarter, some friends of ours over at Cardboard Fortress have their card game Resistor. It's a spectacular game, like the Pact Magic. This is already funded. Had a goal of like 9,500. It's over 17,000 now. So
we're talking stretch goals, and I got to do that for that too.
Right. Stretch goals are being unlocked. They're kicking butt and taking names. It's a spectacular game. If you like card games, you got to.
It's a great head-to-head card game, because there aren't that many head-to-head games these days, because there's some games different dynamics, but sometimes it's just you and a buddy hanging out and you need something cool to do.
This is totally only a 2-player game. It's not for the whole gaming group all at once, but you could totally tournament style it if you wanted. So over on nerdarchy.com, we've got board games in review, and it's not Smash Up. I did a Martian dice. And let's face it, you're if you're like me, you're a dice chucker. You like rolling dice, and this is a spectacular game. Just reading through the rules is hysterical in and of itself. So then I finished off my second article for the week by doing customized races, the Grimlock. So if you want to play a Grimlock in your D&D game,
strongest of all the Autobots. Oh wait, we're talking about the
subterranean monsters.
Yeah, or subterranean monsters. They should all be blues musicians. Blind, Grimlock, and Chitlin.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So I did on Wednesday. Well, funny enough that it's the piece of content I made. So how this Speaks Goblin, trick shot. So it's what happens when you put a bow in the hands of a goblin and he trips.
Yeah, I believe that was supplied by Dragon Master Dean.
Right. So yeah, he gave a suggestion of this thing that happened in this game where like the goblin did the felling blow on a beast that the party was fighting, and I did my interpretation of how that might unfold. Nice. On Thursday, we had Vampirekin, a class monster mashup, custom path for the Monk in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I believe that was Nate the Nerdarch on that.
Yeah. On Friday, it's just part 2.
Right. Okay. So Friday he wraps it up. So pretty much same title again. Now, before we get to the YouTube content, we have an idea for a sort of a goal on our Patreon. If we can hit a goal of $50 a month, what we're thinking about doing is an all-star campaign that meets monthly. So we have nice banner art assets across the bottom. We have this ongoing story, and really try to raise the form of online role playing to almost be like a old teleplay.
We're gonna
make something really cool.
We're gonna hand select people we think are like high caliber role players that can join us on these games, right?
Yeah,
looking for.
Yeah, so Dave's going to GM it. It's going to be.
Oh shit! Where'd that come from?
So Dave's going to GM. You're going to GM it, and
nice.
Yeah. So this is an idea. So it's a goal that once we hit $50, we want to, reward the other couple of players that are going to be playing and this and that, and we have some other ideas that are going to be tied into this game happening. So,
but that stuff's hush hush for now.
Right, top secret. It's under our GM's hat. And then on the YouTube channel, which is here unless this is being pirated again. Man. So we have on Monday the Mountain Men of 5e D&D, the Goliath from the Elemental Evil Players Companion. Also, we posted the video Swashbuckler character build for Dungeons & Dragons. Tuesday, we had Gensei Born of the Elemental Planes from the Elemental Evil Players Companion. And also on Tuesday, we had Killer Combos, the Barded Badger Battle Brigade, and that was another unorthodox character build. And just ridiculous for the amount of alliteration. Could we get another 2Bs?
Someone actually did comment on it and did a paragraph.
Yeah, like the belligerent Barded Badger Brigade Battalion.
Nice. Blues band.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, challenge rating levels versus encounter levels versus character levels. We did a Game Masters tip video on that. Check it out. Also, we finally wrap up the Elemental Evil Players Companion with Elemental D&D Madness, spells from the elements. So that's all through, and that thing was a beast. Anyway, I'm still so impressed with Watts for putting that out for free.
25 pages,
over 40 spells.
Yeah,
free content, awesome.
And there was some oldies but goodies, like some spells and some that were in
Silnock. I've been missing Silnock for editions now, and he's back.
Yeah, right. You gotta have that.
The snowballs.
Yeah.
Thursday we have Chaos Queen, Thrive Queen, and the Tour Queen of the Chaos Ways, and that's straight out of Nerdarchy Nate's campaign that he's running. Also on Thursday, to wrap up Thrycreen, we did Master Predators of the Plains, Dungeons & Dragons Monsters. Friday, I did it basically kind of like a workshop discussion, OSG Council of Game Masters, Sage Advice for RPG games and getting a story started. Someone had asked a question, and I'm like, I started typing stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate to type. And I was like, can we just do a hangout and talk about this?
If you've ever seen Nerdarchist Dave type too, it's pretty much like it is really
it's painful,
it's terrible.
And then we did Friday. We also did a GM 911 interesting encounters with low-level D&D characters, while still keeping them alive.
Actually, keeping them alive isn't wahaha. That's kind of like the nice beneficial GM benevolence. Yeah.
So we also had a gameplay that went up today. Well, I guess we should tell you guys when today is. Saturday. And that was, we had a guest dungeon master, Scott Garibay, and he ran his homebrew world for actually characters that we made in a video for multi-classing. And that was, I titled that video... Oh, it's not written down. I don't know what I titled.
Totally something.
Yeah. No, when Sahagan attack.
Right.
Nice.
So, because, well, Sahagan may or may not have attacked. I don't know. You'll have to watch the video and find
Maybe
out.
we got on a boat. Don't get on the boat, but you got to get on the boat. And when you do, you're going to get attacked.
And you also, Nerdarchy, in essence, won the lottery.
We did win the lottery. I have a golden ticket.
How do we win the lottery?
We were chosen to play in Dawnforged Cast's one-shot game. He decided to run a one-shot for the one-shot group, which was pretty awesome. And Nerdarchist Ryan got randomly selected to be in the game.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I ran a skill monkey character using kind of the discussion that I wasn't here for, but I like the concept. I want to make a guy with all the skills, and he's got like 11 or 12 skills. So nice. It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so that was Sleuthing in a Winter Wonderland.
So over on Dawnforged Cast, as we said again. And thanks, Andrew, for running that for me. I appreciate it. It was awesome.
And we'll put that in the links description below, along with all the other links. And hey, just remember, if you have something you want to submit to nerdarchy.com or the Reddit,
maybe it's visual art, maybe it's a webcomic, whatever.
If you have an article that you've written, something that's more lengthy than something you might put on a Reddit, 3 to 500 or more words, you can always submit that to us at nerdarchy@gmail.com.
And we'll put it up there and give you an attribution link to whatever you want.
Indeed.
We'll pimp your stuff. So with that, until next time, my friends,
stay nerdy.